Did you know a simple 1935 D wheat penny, worth just 1 cent back then, could be worth thousands of dollars today? Stick around as I search my collection to see if I can find this rare coin. Join me as I dive into my coin collection to track down the rare 1935 D wheat penny. Let's see if I can actually find it. This little coin may look ordinary, but it carries with it a story of history, survival, and value that makes it a favorite among collectors. The 1935 D wheat penny was minted in Denver during the Great Depression. Every coin struck during this time wasn't just spare change. It was money that families relied on during some of the toughest years in U.S. history. That's part of what makes these coins so fascinating to study and collect today. Now, not every penny from the 1930s is valuable. In fact, many are only worth face value or a little more. What makes the 1935 D special is a combination of its mint mark, rarity, and condition. The Denver Mint produced fewer coins than Philadelphia, giving the 1935 D an extra level of scarcity that collectors chase. This coin is made of a bronze alloy, 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, which gives it that rich reddish-brown tone. On the reverse, it carries the famous wheat ears design by Victor David Brenner, which ran from 1909 to 1958 and remains one of the most iconic designs in U.S. coinage. So how much is a 1935 D wheat penny worth today? In good condition, it's usually worth around 15 to 20 cents. In fine condition, it climbs to about 25 to 30 cents. In extremely fine condition, you might see values between 50 cents and $1. In about uncirculated, the value jumps to around $1.50 to $3. In uncirculated mint state grades, values can start at $5 and climb significantly higher. The record price for a top-grade MS-67 Plus red example reached about $4,320 at auction. After carefully searching through my collection, I was thrilled to finally spot a 1935 D wheat penny. Its natural patina and sharp detail immediately stood out, especially for a coin that's nearly 90 years old. Finding a coin like this isn't just about the money, it's about holding a piece of American history. Every mark and tone on the surface tells a story. Was it used to buy groceries during the Depression? Was it saved in a jar for years before re-entering circulation? We'll never know, but that mystery is part of the fun. In summary, the 1935 D wheat penny is a coin with both historical and collector value. From just a few cents in worn condition to thousands of dollars in pristine mint state, this penny proves that even the smallest coin can hold a big story. If you've got wheat pennies in your collection, take a closer look. You never know what treasures you might uncover. And don't forget to subscribe for more exciting coin discoveries and collecting tips. Coin collectors and treasure hunters, this one's for you. The 1956 D wheat penny may seem like just another old copper cent, but beneath its simple look lies a fascinating story of history, design, and surprising value. Some examples have sold for hundreds, even thousands of dollars, making this coin one that every serious collector and smart buyer should know about. The story begins at the Denver Mint in 1956, where more than 1 billion wheat pennies were struck. With such a large mintage, most people assume the coin is too common to be valuable. And yes, millions of these pennies still exist in circulated condition. But here's the truth. Rarity in coin collecting isn't only about how many were made, it's about how many survived in pristine, original state. And when it comes to 1956 D wheat pennies in mint state red condition, those survivors are far rarer than most collectors realize. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the obverse features the timeless portrait of Abraham Lincoln. For collectors, this design is more than just an image. It's a tribute to Lincoln's legacy and a symbol of American history. On the reverse, two elegant stalks of wheat frame the words 1 cent and United States of America. It's simple but powerful, and for many collectors, the wheat reverse is one of the most iconic designs in all of U.S. coinage. Holding this coin is like holding a little piece of 1950s America in your hand. Now let's talk about why collectors and buyers get excited. With coins like the 1956 D wheat penny, condition and rarity drive the price. A circulated example you might find in a change jar is only worth a few cents. But take that same coin in blazing red mint state, graded MS-65 or higher, and suddenly it becomes highly desirable. Collectors actively compete for these high-grade examples because they know how tough it is to find coins that survive for decades without scratches, wear, or discoloration, and it doesn't stop there. For sharp-eyed collectors, errors and varieties add another layer of value. Some 1956 D wheat pennies show repunched mint marks, die cracks, or even subtle doubling. These small details, invisible to most people, can transform an ordinary penny into a rare and sought-after collectible. That's the magic of numismatics. It rewards those who pay attention to the tiniest details. Let's look at the marketplace. Auction records show the true potential of this coin. Nearly flawless 1956 D wheat pennies, graded MS-67 red, have sold for over $1,000. Unique examples with dramatic errors have fetched even more. And while not every coin will reach those heights, these results prove an important point. What looks like a simple penny can turn out to be a real treasure for the right collector or buyer. For collectors, this coin represents more than money. It's the thrill of the hunt, sifting through rolls, albums, or old jars of pennies, hoping to find one shining gem that others overlooked. It's the satisfaction of adding a high-grade 1956 D to your wheat penny collection, knowing that you hold not just a coin, but a story. For buyers, this coin also represents opportunity. The 1956 D wheat penny is one of those rare cases where entry is affordable, but upside potential is real. You can acquire circulated examples for pocket change, but high-grade or error coins remain scarce and highly competitive at auctions. That balance of availability and rarity is exactly what makes this coin attractive to both casual buyers and serious investors. Another reason collectors love the 1956 D wheat penny is that it marks the closing chapter of an era. Just 3 years later, in 1959, the wheat reverse was replaced by the Lincoln Memorial design. That means every wheat penny is a snapshot of pre-1960s America, coins that circulated during a time of growth, optimism, and history in the making. For many collectors, owning a 1956 D wheat penny is like holding on to a piece of nostalgia, a connection to a simpler time. So what does all this mean for you as a collector or buyer? It means the 1956 D wheat penny is a coin worth paying attention to. Whether you're hunting through your own collection, browsing coin shops, or exploring online auctions, keep an eye out for bright red mint state coins and for errors that add premium value. Even if you're just starting out, this is a perfect coin to collect. It's affordable at the entry level, but it can also lead you into the exciting world of high-grade rarities. So, the next time you come across a wheat penny, don't brush it aside. Take a closer look. It might be one of those 1956 D gems. Remember, condition, rarity, and hidden errors are what turn a 1-cent coin into a valuable collectible. For buyers and collectors alike, the 1956 D wheat penny offers both the charm of history and the excitement of potential value. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join me for more coin stories where I highlight the hidden treasures of U.S. coinage. And in the comments, share your experiences. Have you ever found or purchased a wheat penny that turned out to be worth more than you expected? I'd love to hear your stories and see how many fellow collectors have discovered the magic hiding in these little copper coins.